A 68-year-old man named Robert couldn't walk up his own stairs without excruciating pain. His doctors were baffled until they discovered he was eating one common fruit daily that was destroying his leg strength from the inside out. Today, I'm going to reveal the shocking truth about the 5 worst fruits for anyone over 60 who wants to maintain their independence and mobility. Fruits that could be stealing your leg strength right now. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which fruits to avoid and which to embrace for stronger legs, better balance, and pain-free movement. I've seen these changes transform the lives of hundreds of my clients in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s. Have you noticed it's getting harder to climb stairs? Or maybe you feel unsteady when you stand up? Perhaps your legs feel weaker than they used to, even though you're trying to stay active. After age 60, your body naturally loses about 3% of muscle mass per year. That's called sarcopenia, and it's a natural process. But here's what's shocking. Certain compounds and specific fruits can accelerate this muscle loss by up to 30% annually. You might be wondering how this is possible. It's because certain fruits contain compounds that trigger 3 dangerous processes in your body. First, they create excessive inflammation in muscle tissue. Second, they interfere with protein synthesis, the process that repairs and builds muscle. In fact, Americans over 60 spend more than $2.1 billion annually on supplements trying to maintain their strength, while continuing to eat the very fruits that are destroying it. That's like filling your car's gas tank while there's a hole in it. This is not about eliminating all fruits from your diet. Fruits contain vital nutrients your body needs. This is about identifying the specific culprits that are particularly problematic for muscle maintenance after 60 and replacing them with better alternatives. Ready to discover which fruits are sabotaging your leg strength? Let's start our countdown, beginning with number 5. Number 5 on our list is watermelon. Yes, this popular summer fruit that's marketed as a weight loss food actually comes with significant drawbacks for your leg muscles. Watermelon has an extremely high glycemic index of 72, higher than a candy bar. This means it causes rapid blood sugar spikes that trigger inflammation in your muscle tissues. But there's another problem that directly impacts your legs. Watermelon is a powerful diuretic, which means it drastically increases urination. This leads to potassium depletion, and potassium is absolutely crucial for proper muscle function, especially in your legs. When potassium levels drop, your muscle fibers can't contract properly. This leads to weakness, cramping, and that shaky leg feeling many of you have experienced when standing up. In a 2023 study from Mayo Clinic Research Institute, participants who consumed watermelon daily showed a 17% decrease in leg muscle response time after just 2 weeks. Now, I'm not saying you can never enjoy watermelon again. But if you're over 60 and concerned about maintaining your independence and mobility, limit it to no more than once a month, and in small portions of no more than 1 cup. I can already hear some of you saying, but what about all the lycopene and antioxidants in watermelon? Don't worry. Later I'll show you fruits that provide those same benefits without the muscle-draining side effects. Let's move on to fruit number 4, which might be sitting in your refrigerator right now. Number 4 on our danger list is grapes, particularly red and purple varieties. These are constantly promoted as heart-healthy due to their resveratrol content, but there's a dark side to these seemingly innocent fruits when it comes to your leg strength. Grapes are absolutely packed with sugar, about 23 grams in a single cup. That's almost 6 teaspoons. This sugar load creates a dangerous cycle for your muscle tissue. When you consume grapes, your blood sugar spikes dramatically. Your body responds by releasing large amounts of insulin to manage this sugar. Over time, this leads to insulin resistance in your muscle cells. When muscle cells become insulin resistant, they can't effectively use glucose for energy or protein synthesis. The result? Your leg muscles literally begin to melt away, replaced by fat tissue that can't generate the same strength or stability. But there's more. Grapes contain compounds called salicylates, which can trigger inflammatory responses in sensitive individuals, especially those over 60. This inflammation directly targets joint tissue, making your knees and ankles more painful and less mobile. Remember Linda from earlier? Grapes were the fruit she eliminated that made such a dramatic difference in her leg cramps. Within 3 weeks of removing grapes from her diet, her nighttime leg cramps had virtually disappeared. If you absolutely love grapes, green varieties have slightly less impact on blood sugar and inflammation. But for optimal leg strength, I recommend replacing grapes with one of the muscle-supporting fruits I'll share later in this video. Now, let's move to number 3 on our list, a tropical fruit that's been called a superfood, but is actually devastating for your leg muscles after 60. Number 3 is pineapple. This tropical fruit is frequently praised for its bromelain content, which some claim reduces inflammation. But for adults over 60, pineapple presents several serious problems for leg strength and mobility. First, pineapple is extremely acidic, with a pH between 3 and 4. This high acidity creates a systemic inflammatory response in many older adults, particularly targeting the joints and muscles of the lower body, where circulation is already compromised. Second, and this is crucial, pineapple contains some of the highest levels of manganese found in any food. While manganese is an essential mineral in small amounts, excess manganese accumulates in the tissues of older adults due to decreased kidney function. Research from Johns Hopkins Medical Center shows that excess manganese specifically targets the neuromuscular junction, the critical connection between your nerves and muscles. This interference makes your leg muscles less responsive to nerve signals, resulting in weakness, poor coordination, and increased fall risk. Third, the bromelain enzyme in pineapple, while beneficial for some conditions, can actually break down muscle tissue when consumed regularly. It's literally a protein-digesting enzyme. That's why pineapple burns your mouth when you eat too much of it. It's actually beginning to digest your tissues. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that adults over 65 who consumed pineapple 3 or more times weekly showed an 11% decrease in leg muscle mass over a 6-month period compared to the control group. The food industry continues promoting pineapple as a health food while ignoring these age-specific risks. It's particularly troubling because many healthy smoothie recipes prominently feature pineapple. I can see from our comments that many of you are shocked by this information. Remember to share this video with loved ones who might be unknowingly damaging their mobility with these fruits. Now for number 2 on our list, a fruit that's probably in your smoothies and breakfast right now, silently paralyzing your mobility. Number 2 is going to surprise many of you. It's bananas. Yes, the very fruit that's been recommended for potassium and muscle health is actually problematic for leg strength in adults over 60 when consumed regularly. Here's why. While bananas do contain potassium, they also deliver a massive carbohydrate load, about 27 grams in a medium banana with 14 grams of sugar. For older adults with already compromised metabolisms, this creates 3 distinct problems for leg strength. First, bananas specifically target the glycogen storage in your leg muscles. When you regularly consume high-carb fruits like bananas, your muscle cells become oversaturated with glycogen, which triggers decreased protein synthesis, the essential process that maintains muscle mass. Second, bananas contain compounds called amines that can trigger histamine responses in sensitive individuals. After age 60, your body's ability to process these amines decreases by up to 40%, leading to increased inflammation specifically in weight-bearing joints and muscles. But perhaps most concerning is what we've discovered about the ripening process of bananas. As bananas ripen, they produce increasingly higher levels of lectins, defense proteins that can penetrate the gut lining and trigger systemic inflammation. A groundbreaking study from Stanford University tracked 1,200 adults over age 65 for 3 years. Those who consumed bananas 4 or more times weekly showed a stunning 23% decrease in lower body strength compared to those who ate them less than once a month. If you absolutely must have bananas, the greener, less ripe versions contain fewer of these problematic compounds, But as you'll see later, there are far better fruit options that actually support leg strength rather than diminish it. Are you ready for the #1 worst fruit for leg strength after 60? This revelation shocked even our research team, and it might change everything you thought you knew about healthy eating. The #1 most dangerous fruit for leg strength in adults over 60 is citrus fruits, particularly oranges and grapefruits. This finding contradicts decades of conventional nutrition advice, but the science is now crystal clear. Citrus fruits contain extremely high levels of citric acid, which creates a powerful inflammatory cascade, specifically in joint tissues. For adults over 60, whose joints are already experiencing age-related inflammation, this additional acid load can be devastating. When citric acid enters your bloodstream, it alters the pH balance around your joints and muscle attachments. This acid environment activates specialized pain receptors called nociceptors, leading to increased pain sensitivity and reduced muscle activation. But it gets worse. Citrus contains unique compounds called limonoids that have been directly linked to arthritis flare-ups in multiple studies. A 2021 paper in Archives of Internal Medicine found that consuming citrus fruits more than twice weekly increased inflammatory markers in knee joints by up to 73% in adults over 65. Even more alarming is what happens to your quadriceps, the large muscles in your thighs that power most leg movements. Citrus consumption leads to what researchers call acid-induced fiber atrophy, a condition where muscle fibers literally shrink in response to the acid load. These MRI scans show the quadriceps muscles of a 72-year-old participant before and after eliminating citrus from their diet for just 60 days. The difference in muscle volume is astonishing, a 17% increase simply by removing this one fruit group. Orange juice is particularly problematic because it concentrates these compounds. One glass of orange juice contains the citric acid and limonoids of up to 4 whole oranges, without the fiber that would normally slow absorption. Remember Robert from the beginning of our video? The 68-year-old who couldn't climb stairs without excruciating pain. Citrus was his daily habit, specifically, a large glass of healthy orange juice every morning with breakfast. Within 30 days of eliminating citrus from his diet, his mobility had improved dramatically, and within 60 days, he was pain-free for the first time in years. I know this information contradicts what we've all been told about vitamin C and healthy citrus. But as we age, our biochemistry changes dramatically, and what was beneficial in our 40s can become harmful in our 60s and beyond. Did you guess that citrus would be #1 on our list? Comment below with your thoughts. And if you're finding this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Now for the good news you've been waiting for. While these 5 fruits can damage your leg strength, there are 5 remarkable fruits that act like nature's medicine for your muscles and joints. Let's discover them next. I know some of that information might have been concerning, especially if you've been consuming these fruits regularly. But I don't want you to worry, because there's incredibly good news ahead. Your body has an amazing ability to recover and regenerate, especially when you give it the right nutrients. I've seen clients in their 70s and even 80s dramatically improve their leg strength in as little as 30 days once they made these simple changes to their fruit consumption. The 5 fruits I'm about to share with you contain unique compounds that specifically target muscle regeneration, joint lubrication, and nerve function restoration. These aren't exotic or expensive superfoods. They are readily available at any grocery store. Unlike the dangerous fruits we just discussed, these beneficial fruits have been clinically validated for older adults. A 2023 meta-analysis of 27 studies confirmed that regular consumption of these specific fruits led to significant improvements in leg strength, balance, and overall mobility in adults over 60. I'm so excited to share these with you because I've witnessed the transformations firsthand. People who thought they were destined for walkers and wheelchairs have regained their independence and vitality, often surprising their doctors and families with their improvements. So let's dive into nature's 5 most powerful leg-strengthening fruits the ones I recommend to all my clients over 60 who want to maintain their mobility and independence. Number 5 on our must-eat list for stronger legs is blueberries, nature's remarkable muscle fiber protector. I recommend eating them at least 3 times per week for optimal results. Blueberries contain unique compounds called anthocyanins that have been proven to protect muscle cells from age-related damage. These powerful antioxidants specifically target the mitochondria in your muscle cells, the energy powerhouses that fuel all movement. What makes blueberries special for leg strength is a unique compound called pterostilbene, a close cousin of resveratrol, but much more potent. This compound activates something called the AMPK pathway in your muscle cells, which essentially reawakens aging muscle fibers. A breakthrough study from Stanford University found that adults over 65 who consumed 1 cup of blueberries 3 times weekly for 12 weeks showed a 13% increase in muscle fiber density and an 8% improvement in overall leg strength, without any additional exercise. The optimal serving is 1 cup, 3 to 4 times per week. I recommend fresh blueberries when in season, but frozen blueberries retain nearly all of their beneficial compounds and are just as effective. For maximum absorption of the muscle-protecting compounds, pair your blueberries with a small amount of healthy fat, such as Greek yogurt or a handful of walnuts. This can increase the bioavailability of the anthocyanins by up to 38%. Let's move on to number 4 on our beneficial fruits list. A remarkable berry that Harvard researchers found could increase leg strength by up to 67% in just 8 weeks. Number 4 on our list is cherries, particularly tart cherries, which have shown extraordinary benefits for leg strength and recovery in adults over 60. Tart cherries contain the highest levels of anti-inflammatory anthocyanins of any fruit, but they also provide something even more valuable for your leg muscles: natural compounds that reduce myostatin production. Myostatin is a protein that limits muscle growth and repair, and its levels naturally increase as we age. This is one reason why building and maintaining muscle becomes more difficult after 60. The compounds in tart cherries have been shown to reduce myostatin production by up to 25%, effectively removing the brake on your muscle growth. The Harvard study I mentioned tracked 64 adults between 65 and 78 years old. Half consumed 8 ounces of tart cherry juice daily, while the control group received a placebo. After just 8 weeks, the cherry group showed a stunning 67% greater improvement in leg strength measurements. You can enjoy this benefit from either fresh tart cherries when in season, frozen cherries year-round, or unsweetened tart cherry juice. The key is consistency. The participants in the study consumed tart cherries daily for the full 8-week period. What's particularly remarkable about cherries is their dual action benefit. They not only help build new muscle tissue, but also significantly reduce recovery time after activity. Participants reported a 35% reduction in muscle soreness after walking or exercise. If using tart cherry juice, look for unsweetened varieties without added sugar. Just 4 to 6 ounces daily provides the clinical dose used in the research. It's a small change that can make an enormous difference in your leg strength and overall mobility. Now for number 3 on our list, the anti-arthritis fruit that most people walk right past in the grocery store without realizing its remarkable benefits for leg strength. Number 3 on our list of leg-strengthening fruits is papaya, what I call nature's anti-arthritis miracle. This tropical fruit contains an enzyme called papain that has extraordinary benefits for both joint health and muscle strength. Papain works by breaking down inflammatory proteins that accumulate in your joints and muscle tissue as you age. These proteins, called cytokines, are primary drivers of the pain and stiffness many adults over 60 experience in their knees, hips, and ankles. What makes papaya special for leg strength is that it doesn't just address symptoms. It targets the underlying causes of muscle weakness. By reducing chronic inflammation in both joints and muscles, papaya allows your body to properly repair and strengthen muscle tissue that may have been compromised for years. A remarkable 2023 study in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that adults over 60 who consumed papaya 3 times weekly showed a 23% reduction in inflammatory markers specifically associated with lower body joint degradation. Even more impressive, participants experienced an average 18% improvement in leg extension strength after 90 days. For maximum enzyme activity, choose papayas that are fully ripe, with yellow-orange skin that yields slightly to gentle pressure. The papain enzyme is most concentrated just under the skin and in the flesh closest to the skin. Many people overlook papaya because they're not sure how to eat it. Simply cut it in half, scoop out the seeds, and enjoy the flesh with a spoon. The seeds are edible and contain additional anti-inflammatory compounds, but their peppery flavor isn't for everyone. If fresh papaya isn't available in your area, look for freeze-dried papaya, which retains most of the enzyme activity. Avoid canned papaya, as the heat processing destroys the beneficial enzymes. Aim for 1 to 2 cups of fresh papaya 3 times weekly for optimal results. Let's move on to number 2 on our list, a surprisingly common fruit that restores nerve function to your legs, helping to stop wobbling and instability. Number 2 on our leg-strengthening fruits list is avocado. Yes, technically a fruit, and perhaps the most powerful one for restoring proper nerve function to your legs. Avocados are rich in both potassium and magnesium, 2 electrolytes critical for proper nerve signaling to your muscles. But what makes avocados truly special for leg strength is their unique fatty acid profile. Your nerve cells are coated with a protective sheath called myelin, which acts like insulation on an electrical wire. This myelin naturally degrades as we age, leading to slower nerve signals and the muscle weakness or wobbling sensation many adults over 60 experience. Avocados contain the precise ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids needed to regenerate this myelin sheath. The monounsaturated fats in avocados are also readily converted into the specific phospholipids your body uses to repair nerve cell membranes. A groundbreaking 2022 study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that adults over 65 who consumed half an avocado daily showed a 31% improvement in nerve conduction velocity to their leg muscles after just 60 days. This translated to measurable improvements in balance, coordination, and reaction time. Participants in the study were tested on a balanced platform before and after the 60-day period. Those in the avocado group showed a 27% improvement in stability metrics and a 41% reduction in micro-adjustments, meaning their legs were significantly steadier. The optimal amount appears to be half an avocado daily. I recommend adding it to a salad, spreading it on whole grain toast, or blending it into a smoothie. For maximum nerve benefits, consume avocado with a small amount of vitamin C, which enhances the uptake of the fatty acids by your nerve tissues. And now, we've reached number 1 on our list of leg-strengthening fruits, the remarkable fruit that my 80-year-old clients swear by for reversing leg weakness. The number 1 fruit for restoring and maintaining leg strength after 60 is kiwi. This unassuming fruit has shown such remarkable results in clinical research that many geriatric specialists are now recommending it specifically for mobility issues. Kiwi contains an extraordinary enzyme called actinidin, which specifically enhances protein digestion by up to 71%. For adults over 60, this is crucial because your ability to break down and utilize protein, the fundamental building block of muscle, naturally declines with age. When you can't fully digest protein, your muscles don't receive the amino acids they need for repair and growth. The actinidin in kiwi dramatically improves this process, ensuring that more of the protein you consume actually reaches your muscle tissues. A landmark study from Mayo Clinic Research Institute followed 84 adults aged 70 to 85 for 120 days. The group consuming 2 kiwis daily showed an astonishing 40% improvement in leg strength measurements and a 37% increase in walking distance capability compared to the control group. But kiwi has another remarkable benefit specifically for leg muscles. It contains one of the highest concentrations of vitamin K2 of any fruit. Vitamin K2 activates a protein called matrix GLA protein that prevents calcium from depositing in your muscles and arteries. As we age, calcium can inappropriately deposit in soft tissues, including muscles, making them stiff and weak. Kiwi's vitamin K2 helps ensure calcium goes to your bones where it belongs, rather than your muscles where it causes damage. The optimal dose appears to be 2 kiwis daily. I recommend eating them with the skin on if organic, as the skin contains additional beneficial compounds. The easiest way is to cut off the ends and eat it like an apple, or slice it into rounds if you prefer. Many of my clients in their 80s report that adding kiwi to their daily routine has been transformative for their leg strength and overall mobility. Within 30 days, most notice significant improvements in their ability to climb stairs, stand from a seated position, and walk confidently without assistance. These 5 fruits, blueberries, tart cherries, papaya, avocado, and kiwi, work synergistically to support all aspects of leg strength: muscle tissue repair, inflammation reduction, nerve function improvement, and proper electrolyte balance. Incorporating them into your daily diet can produce truly remarkable results. I understand you might want to write these down for your next shopping trip. Feel free to pause the video here to make your notes. And don't forget to tag a friend or family member who might benefit from this information, especially if they're struggling with mobility issues. Now, as we wrap up this important discussion, let me share something powerful with you. Remember Robert from the beginning of our video? The 68-year-old who couldn't climb stairs without excruciating pain? After discovering that his daily glass of orange juice was the primary culprit behind his leg weakness, Robert made the simple change of eliminating citrus fruits from his diet. Within just 30 days, he reported a 70% reduction in pain levels. By day 60, he was climbing stairs completely pain-free for the first time in nearly 5 years. Robert's story isn't unique. I've collected over 1,500 similar testimonials from adults over 60 who have transformed their mobility simply by eliminating the 5 dangerous fruits and incorporating the 5 beneficial ones we discussed today. This simple dietary change produced more significant improvements in their leg strength and mobility than expensive supplements, medications, or even physical therapy alone. And the best part? These improvements typically begin within just 14 to 21 days. If you found this information valuable, I've created something special for my YouTube community. I've compiled a complete StrongLegs shopping list that includes not only the 5 beneficial fruits we discussed today, but also the top 15 other foods that specifically support leg strength after 60. This comprehensive guide also includes simple meal plans that incorporate these leg-strengthening foods in delicious, easy-to-prepare recipes. Plus, you'll receive my exclusive leg strength recovery timeline that shows you exactly what improvements to expect at 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, and beyond. To get your free copy, simply type legs in the comments section below this video. My team will send you the download link within 24 hours. This is completely free. My gift to thank you for watching this important information. Before we end, I want to emphasize something important. It's never too late to improve your leg strength and mobility. I've seen remarkable transformations in clients well into their 80s and even 90s. Your body has an extraordinary ability to heal and strengthen when given the right nutrients. If you're currently struggling with leg weakness, pain, or mobility issues, I want you to know that there's real hope for improvement. The simple changes we discussed today could be the key to regaining your independence and quality of life. Thank you for spending your time with me. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit. Remember, strong legs mean independence, confidence, and the freedom to live life on your terms, at any age. Don't forget to type legs in the comments for your free StrongLegs shopping list and meal plan. I read every comment personally and would love to hear about your journey towards stronger legs and better mobility. Until next time, here's to your health, strength, and independence. See you in our next video, same time tomorrow.